life is an arcade. I wanna play every single game. These bright lights are making my heart race. Let's go. Thinking that life is an arcade.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Authentic Vibes Only podcast. Could be a shorter one, but recorded 2 this week. Haven't posted, but I think they're very relatable. The last one was on happiness, and I saw a couple quotes today and in the last couple days that kind of relate to a similar thing and the authentic journey. So let's get started. And first, let's give a quick shout out to my sponsors. Candlelight Inn, Rock Falls, Clinton, One Take Photography. Shout out Rashawn. Juicy Visuals for doing my intro or outro. Both. Intro. Just my intro. And JW's Third Baseman, Rock Falls. And as always, this podcast is brought to you by the Authentic Vibes Only clothing brand. So let's get into it. So we talked about happiness last episode and things that drive happiness internally and externally, and how to be more happy, and how that I would say that relates to being more grateful and being more present in the moment. And I saw a thing from a therapy. I don't remember what therapy thing. It was like an ad, and the saying said, so this goes along with like the brand and building yourself up and becoming your authentic self and being you for you, finding your true purpose in life, and being grateful and comfortable in your own skin. And it says that we don't get an instruction manual for ourselves. So I'm gonna repeat that again, and I want you guys to sit and think about that before I get into this. And it says that we do not get an instruction manual for ourselves. So we as people, let's put this into perspective here. Let's say, you get a new TV, a desk, a bed, whatever the case may be, new phone. Everything in life that you buy or you get comes with an instruction manual and how to piece it together, how to put it together, how to build it completely and in the right way. But you're born into this world without an instruction manual. You're born in this world to live everyday life and put the pieces of yourself together. And you never know what to expect. The good, the bad, the ugly, the amazing, the loving, every day can be different. And every day, like I said, every day is different. And I feel like every day you're just picking up and putting together the pieces of your puzzle. And what your life is and what you want your life to be and what your life should look like. And to me, that's an amazing and fucking incredible and beautiful thing. It's the journey. It goes along with the brand, and that's a never ending journey of life. And we don't have an instruction manual to put ourselves together. We don't know what to expect. We're living every day and growing every day and making decisions in our life every day that can drastically change our lives in multiple ways. And the littlest decision could be the biggest decision of your entire life. You never know. September and yesterday was World Mental Health Day, and September is Suicide Prevention Day. And I didn't really speak on that. And I definitely should have. And when it comes to like picking up the pieces to yourself and not having an instruction manual, and Suicide Awareness Month in September and World Mental Health Day yesterday, I'd say like take it easy on yourself, man. We don't have an instruction manual. There's not a certain way of life that you're supposed to live. There's not a certain thing you're supposed to do. You just have these expectations and outside expectations from everyone and everything around you, telling you who to be, what to do, what to be, what to wear, where to work, what to do with your life, what career to be in, when to have kids, when to have a family, when to be in a relationship, and none of that shit fucking matters. It's your life. You're putting the pieces and puzzle pieces of your life together. You're creating your own instruction manual. You are creating that every day, step by step. You don't have it laid out for you already. And to me, with suicide and mental health, because I've struggled immensely with mental health and depression, anxiety, and you guys know that. And, I'm really hard on myself a lot of times, but us as people, there's another thing right here. It says ages 21 to 35 can be tough. You're dealing with your parents getting older, fewer friends, career stress, and self-doubt. Stay strong. You've got this. And that's so true, man. I mean, like I said, with suicide and mental health day and all that stuff, you got to take it easy on yourself, man. You don't have an instruction manual, like I said before, and you're living every day like a new adventure. You don't know what to expect. Everything can come at once. Everything can go at once. And the ages of 18, especially, this says 21, but I say 18 to 30 are crucial, man. They're crucial in your life, in your journey, in what you're setting yourself up for in the future and what you want your life to look like. But you have to relax. You have to ease into things, You don't have to fucking deal with all this outside stress of, like I said, not being in a relationship, not being married, not having kids, not having the career you want, none of this stuff. It's a day by day journey, a step by step fucking thing, piece by piece, picking up them puzzle pieces and putting that puzzle together and becoming the one you want to be, becoming your authentic self. And that doesn't happen overnight. And as I've said multiple times, the journey's never ending. You can become authentic and continue to become more and more authentic, but every day you could learn something new about yourself that you like or you don't like, or this or that, or your views change on things, and things you used to like you don't like anymore. You're always growing as a person, and you don't have a strict set of rules and guidelines that you just have to live by and follow. You can do anything you want when you want, and that's life. You're not put on by these fucking guidelines of an instruction manual of how to build a person. You're not a fucking avatar. You're real. This isn't fake. And as much as we are on social media and the internet and video games and creating avatars and living in this fake world of social media, you're not fake. You're in reality. And the reality things is, life's fucking hard. And you don't need to be set down by some guidelines, because there is no guidelines. Everyone's story, everyone's journey, everyone's life is different. Everyone's going through multiple different things, and everyone has hard steps and obstacles to overcome in their life. And like I've said before, like someone's hardest thing in their life may not be hard to you, but that's still the biggest thing and hardest thing in their life they've ever had to go through. So never downplay someone else's, hardships in life. Everyone has hardships. It doesn't matter if their hardship isn't as hard as yours. That's their hardship to them, and that's still hard on them, and they're going through that. So just be supportive of that. And I would say, like this says, the ages of 21 to 35 can be tough. Dealing with your parents getting older, fewer friends, career stress, and self-doubt. And the self-doubt, like I said, we don't come with instruction manuals, man. You want to live life and create your own life. You don't gotta live by what anyone else says, or you don't need the self-doubt to look on social media or look at someone else and compare yourself and say, I'm not there yet, or I want to be them, No, you want to be you. You want to be you. You're you. You're unique. There's one you in this whole world. There's not multiple yous. You always want to be you, your authentic self. Find yourself. in these ages is like the first thing, dealing with your parents getting older. That's fucking tough. That's a tough thing. And that's another thing, like there's no instruction manual on how to maneuver through those things, like these things, like your parents getting older. You can't control that, man. What you can control is the time you spend with them, the relationships you have with them, and maybe they're not good, but repairing those relationships if possible. And I'm not saying if it's impossible, like, that they could have crossed too many boundaries and they're not growing as people either. And that's a tough thing to follow. But like I said, everyone's different, journeys are different. So if that's the situation is, you got to handle it accordingly. But there's not an instruction manual on how to handle your parents being sick or getting older and, taking the blame or trying to fix everything. I mean, that's a lot of weight on your shoulders. Like, all you can do is control the time you have with them, the relationship you have with them, and the things you guys do together, and expressing that, how much you care for them and you love them and everything they've done for you. I'm sorry, that part's a little emotional for me, man. I don't like to talk. I do like sorry. I do like to talk about personal stuff, but I never, I didn't ask my mom to talk about this, but I for the last year and a half, man, we've been going through a lot of stuff with my mom's health, and it's scary. As about 2 or 3 years ago, she got diagnosed with cirrhosis. There's 4 stages of cirrhosis. Like 1 and 2, your liver can still regen. It can get back to healthy. That's like fatty liver stage. But then once you get to cirrhosis, stage 3, you're fucked. And 4 is terminal. And she's on like the cusp of 4. And it's scary because like you can't even get on a donor list till you're on stage 4. So if she gets to stage 4, what if she doesn't get a donor in time? That's terminal. Like, why are they not putting, and this isn't just for her, this is for everyone on like lists like this, not even just with liver, heart transplants, all this stuff. Why are they not getting put on I know there's a lot of people in the world that need them, but why are these people not getting put on the list in an earlier stage? They're basically like banking on these people to die and just continuing, big pharma's just continuing to just rake money in because you had to pay for all these prescriptions and all the medicine and all that shit. It's I hate that shit. Let's not get into that. But yeah, so she's dealing with that, and she's been dealing with like autoimmune diseases and stuff, and they're trying to diagnose her with that, and it's scary to watch. It's scary to watch a woman that my whole life has been my rock and a woman and a person be so strong and seem so indestructible, becoming destructible, I'm sorry. It sucks because like we get in arguments and they're not meant to be arguments, but it's just the way, like, she's scared too. She's scared as hell. But like arguments on like taking better care of herself and, not smoking cigarettes anymore because she stopped for a while and then she starts and then she stops and then, not smoking cigarettes and that's not the only thing, like just a better diet, trying to get more active. She's very active, but I mean, just like in the gym and stuff, different movements. But she's very active at home, so it's tough. Like she doesn't move around, like she's always doing shit. But it's a conversation to be had. Like this is what I'm saying is like, the woman thinks she's immortal. Like I said, I've watched her be indestructible my whole life. Everything she's gone through. I mean, she's had cancer like 4 times, and she's beat it. She's had breast cancer a couple times. She had ovarian cancer. She had a hysterectomy at a really young age for a woman. So to watch a woman like that, And if you see her, she seems fine. Like you guys don't see that. Like you guys still see her at JW's. She's still still kicking it, still got her attitude and stuff like that. But I see the dark sides of it where she can't use her hands because like the autoimmune disease and like her leg goes numb and she can't walk and stuff like that. So to watch a woman be so indestructible my whole life becoming destructible and watching that mortal side of it is tough. And it always feels like the weight's on me, especially, like my parents aren't super old, but they're in their 50s and, they've had the restaurant 20 years in January and they know I don't want it. They know I don't want it, but I run it. I'm the GM. I literally run it and they still work, but I know they don't want to work. They don't need to work, especially her. So it's tough taking that weight and watching them get older. And same with my dad. His health's pretty good, but he has his issues with health and stuff going on with him. But yeah, that's a thing as us as a generation as we get older. It's tough to deal with, and then fewer friends. I think fewer friends is like. I think fewer friends is a blessing. I think as the years go by, and you had people you were friends with in high school, or friends turn to acquaintances, acquaintances turn to nothing, stuff like that, and then you have your top closest friends. And I think that's a blessing. I think that just means that the right people in your life stay in your life, and the friends that you've made that are meant to be in your life will stay. So losing friends is to me it's tough. But like the people in your life that are meant to be there will be there. So that one doesn't always, that's not so tough for me. I think the tougher side is like the less people you're friends with now. Like in high school, you could fucking hit up, you knew everybody. I mean, you may still know them, but like I said, they're acquaintances and you wouldn't want to, or you don't want to hang out with them, or, you guys don't have a relationship like you did in high school. The tougher part about that is, I think the loneliness that comes with it. I feel like the older we get, the lonelier we get. Especially like people like me or others that don't have significant others and aren't in relationships, it gets lonely. So that's a tough part of this. That's what, this, I think that's the more I look at it is like fewer friends and not being in a relationship and stuff. It's lonely at this age. And that's why it says like, stay strong. You got this. Fewer friends, career stress and self-doubt. I mean, this age is lonely, man. And, you have career stress. Like I said, I got the restaurant stress. I got the business stress, my own business. And it's like, are you in the right place? That's also a stress. Am I doing the right thing? And, that also gets lonely. Like, who can I turn to talk about this kind of stuff with fewer friends, and, you don't want to put the burden on your family either. And like I said, I think you should just stay strong because none of us know how to handle this fucking shit until it hits. Until this stuff hits you or life hits you or the things in your life, like I said, everyone's got something. Until that hits you or that part of your life comes, you don't have instructions on how to handle it. And I would just say handle it to the best of your ability, control what you can control and don't let it eat you up. Enjoy the moments you have with these people. Enjoy the friends that you have. Be grateful for that. Be grateful for the relationships. Be grateful for the time that you do have, because there's a lot of things out of control. And what you can't, like I said, what you can control is the effort, the time, the love that you put into these relationships with these people, the career stuff, and the career stuff, like, do what you want to do. If you're unhappy in a job, go get a different job. I mean, if you don't want to work a 9 to 5, start your own business. It's not all that easy, right? And that's another thing. And I've learned that myself is like, it's a journey, and you don't have an instruction manual. You may learn stuff, and you may think you may know, but until you get into it, you don't know. And you just start piecing stuff together. You keep learning every day and figuring out what works best for you and how to do these things, and figuring out your life story and creating your life story and creating that instruction manual and writing your own chapter in your book. You have a whole story, a whole book in each day and each year and each month. It's a new paragraph, new sentence, new chapter in your story, and you're creating your own instruction manual for that. So it's not easy. And us as a generation, especially people closer to my age, as we get older and these real life things just continue to hit us, take it on the head, man. If it sucks, it sucks. Feel it, understand it, and get through it and work through it to the best of your ability, whatever that is, whatever the hardship is. And, I'm grateful to be here, and, I'm grateful to be able to create my own journey and create my own instruction manual to my life. And I'm glad that I no longer live by someone else's instruction manual, someone else's guidelines for me, or society's instructions or societal guidelines, because it's not the life we live, man. We're supposed to live our lives. You get one life. I believe in being reborn, but you don't remember this life. So you get one life. Live it how you want to live it. Enjoy it how you want to enjoy it. Do the things you want to do. And once again, to go back on the suicide and World Mental Health Day, man, I was suicidal at one point, and that's a dark place, especially with all these other things on top of you. And, we've had a few people in the area recently commit suicide, and that's just so sad, man. That shit is so sad, especially being there and knowing that feeling, man. And it's so fucking lonely. It's such a dark place. So, check on your people, fucking check on them, man. Check on your people, take care of your people, show them love. Even if you guys don't talk no more, reach out, tell them you're there for them if they need anything, whatever it is. Even if you think they're doing okay, the brightest smile can hide the darkest secrets, that's the scariest part. That person could be smiling and have the brightest smile, and they may seem okay, but you don't know what's going on inside their head or in their life. You don't know anyone's story or what anyone's going through personally at the time. So that bright smile could hide dark secrets, and you just be there for people. Everyone's struggling with something different. Like I said, these are like a list of things. Like I said, ages 21, 20 to 35 can be tough. You're dealing with your parents getting older. That's a fucking terrible thing. You never want to see your parents die. Fewer friends. Like I said, I think that's a blessing, but it can get lonely. Career stress, we're all stressed on money. The economy's tough. What can we do to make more money? Am I in the right career? Is this really what I want to do my whole life? And self-doubt being created by maybe other people around you, but a lot of on social media of seeing people your age and doing the things that you would like to do or want to do. And, it's a tough time. So check in on your people, make sure everyone's good. Always lend a helping hand. And when you get the time to spend with your family or these people, like, enjoy it. Be present. Show them how much you care. Show them how much you appreciate the time. Tell them how much you love them, and make sure everyone's good, because it's a tough time. Times are tough. Everyone's struggling mentally. Suicide's scary and place to be, and it's a sad thing when it happens. So, like I said, always try to be more aware too of not just yourself, but people you care about. That's all I have for today. You guys have a good one. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.
Free falling like I'm skydiving. Teacher and student, two worlds colliding. I love music, I don't abuse it. Take your crafts and you infuse them. saying my cheers. Ended up grateful for all the tears. Ready to grind for years. Been loving what's in